Kazadi haha everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Community Camp Showcase. You guys actually really enjoyed the first one, so please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe, and click the bell notification so you know when my videos go live. But apart from that, if you're not familiar with the Community Camp Showcase, it's where I go around as many servers as possible and gather as many camps as possible to throw into a nice episode, about 3 or 4 each time. And they are not camp builders, as far as I know. They are just your average Joe from the community. You guys, the people who deserve a good bit of credit. And the first one I actually meant to put in last week's episode, but thought it'd be better to put in this one. So this is Ashbo Peeps Camp, and it is one of the homeliest camps I've ever seen. So thank you, Ashbo Peep, if you're watching. If you're not, someone thank her for me, or him, I don't know. But this camp was interesting because it's one of the few camps I've seen that has sought out an area and used that area to its advantage, because most people don't want to search out an area that has an incline. People aren't happy with slopes. People don't want to build on a slope. It's hard to build on a slope. But Ashbo Peep took the challenge and built this really lovely tiered interior walkway leading up to a very nice camp at the top of it, which I know for a fact was kind of copied from Store Your Sweet Roll. So that's a bit fun. But the thing is, this camp is simplistic and very well thought through, and I love it. So the tiered walking system with the succulents and the rocks and all this kind of like trees lining it, beautiful, okay? It was just elegant. I loved it. Coming up to this camp from a distance, I was like, oh, this is kind of a bog standard camp. And then I saw your entranceway and I was like, I'm blown away. Let's check out the interior. So I went inside and I liked the little piano nook. I do love a piano. I wish I could play a piano, but I can't. And just the overall like use of your area is great in this. Now, I would fix that couch. I would take out that middle section of the couch right there and just end it, because that gap to get right through is pretty tight. You actually have to go through at an angle to get in. But the layout of this camp is perfect. So you've got this breakfast nook in there. The bathroom is pretty barren. And Bethesda, if you are watching, or if anyone from Bethesda is watching, please can we get a clean bathtub that fits perfectly and not sits at a jaunty angle, because it's really annoying. I know we've got a shower coming. We'll talk about that. So, the breakfast nook, I would have gone with the wooden one instead of the Nuka-Cola one, but to each their own, you might not have it. And it fits in quite nice. It fits under the stairs really nicely. The table as well fits dead center in the room, which is great. Now, the reason I know this is Store Your Sweet Rolls design is this area right here. He showed off how to make an offset set of stairs, and it works. But I like the fact that you've taken it and thrown your little pizzazz to it with the design on top with all your little foliage and little plants. Now, the upstairs is quite simple, which is perfect. And if I was you, I would have sunk some stuff into your shelves lining along that. But apart from that, this is great. It has a brilliant use of natural lighting. It's got lamps and stuff where you need it, but where it can, it uses candles, windows, all your kind of natural lighting stuff, which is great. And I absolutely love this camp. I would definitely come back to this camp just to hang out. So thank you very much, Ashbo Peep, for making probably one of the most homeliest camps, and also doing a little bit of tiering with your entrance. Now, of course, we move on to a camp that I will probably frequent every time that I'm on the server with it. This is Jimbos Camp, and I'm gonna try and not channel my inner Jimmy Neutron's dad, because big fiery flies, Jimmy. Jimbos Camp, God, I love that movie. Jimbos Camp is a planned camp. I go to planned camps to buy plans. It's pretty simple, and most of the time it's just a box with a vendor. Jimbos Camp, a little bit different. One, it had this really nice outside U shape or devil horn. If you do the devil horn salute, put your thumb away. Do the devil horn salute. It's that kind of shape. But it's a nice U-shape pagoda on the outside, which has tomatoes and blackberries, which was very interesting. So you must be cooking up something weird that I don't know about. But the pagoda was actually put together quite nice. It's got crafting areas. It's got the Nukatron. I'm not going to call it the Nuka-Cola Collectron, because screw that. It's the Nukatron. It's even called the Nukatron, for crying out loud. Call it the Nukatron. People on Discords calling it the Nuka-Cola Collectron, I'm coming after you. But I like the fact that this is one of the few camps that I've come across where it appears that the mannequins are having interactions. You know those fake 50s towns that they were set up to nuke, and all the things were like having interactions? Yeah, your camp reminded me of this, and it's built on a nice water area. Now, of course, you're using a flat roof, which is okay because the area you seem to be built in has a very small footprint. so you had to use whatever space you can. And I do like the fact that you've banished your ally to the outside. I hate the astronaut ally. The first ally is boring as fuck. I prefer Gramps. Gramps is the way to go. I do like the fact that you have a doorbell. I did ring your doorbell before coming in. And then on the interior, it is completely different to the exterior, which sounds like a duh moment, but your exterior is kind of simple. Then you come inside, and it's a show-off camp. It's a straight, look what I've got camp. And I kind of like coming across these camps, because I like seeing stuff that I don't have, and then aiming to try and get them. But you scared the crap out of me when I opened your door, because there was that mannequin stood right there. Scared the ever-living shit out of me, so thank you for that, Jimbo. But I like the fact that this is a showy-offy camp that does one thing different from most showy-offy camps. You actually give a shit. You've got a proper floor plan to your showy-offy camp. You don't just have everything cluttering everything around the spot, which most people do. You've got a nice kitchen area, which I would redesign a little bit, but it works, so I'll let you off. You do also have the use of natural light. I've noticed that you've got a lot of neon. Kind of cool, I like that. But you do have your wide open glass windows, which also works as well. It's kind of like a giant greenhouse in a way. It was just, overall, the floor plan, the fact that you were using the space you had to show off your stuff, but it wasn't cluttered. And of course, the alien on the golden shitter. Who doesn't love an alien on a golden shitter? For crying out loud, I opened this door expecting it to be something. Was not expecting a Zayton on a golden throne. And the fact that the lid comes up and it blew my mind, okay? I was actually giggling. You can't hear me because I've cut out the audio. I was giggling like a schoolgirl. And, you know, it's just the fact that this camp itself shows off everything in the game that's just a lot of fun. Like, you've got little decorations here and there, but where they make sense. That's the main point behind this camp. It's a showy-offy camp that actually gives a fuck, instead of just going, look, I've got this. So thank you very much, Jimbo, or Jimbos, for having a very nice planned camp. Now, this one I found 2 days ago, and this belongs to Riftwar Legend. I hope I'm saying that right. Riftwar Legend. And this is a masterclass on pre-builts. So this area is a pre-built area, and he's come in and they've done their own thing to it. So there's actually this tree actually exists in the game as a location, not a marked location, but an unmarked location that you can just come to. And there's some stuff. There's like, you know, little bits and bats. And the first thing that caught my eye was this crane. You've built a crane, and I dug on that like there was no tomorrow. You actually put a bit of like history into your camp with the fact that to get stuff up there, to live there, you got to use a crane. And I like the fact that you use the barrels as well. I wish I had that barrel fridge. I should have gotten it. Damn it. Thanks for making me feel bad now, Riftwar. But the fact is, you took the area you had, you looked at it, you went, right, this is what I can do, this is where I can build, this is what I'm going to make. So this area coming in is, of course, the pre-built already. It's the already existing location. And so is this little bit off to the right. And it just makes me feel like this is an actual in-game, properly built by Bethesda location, for crying out loud. Obviously, you've had to mix and match some stuff together to make it look like it's working. Your design for the crane, very well done. Now, you have those chalkboards, and I was hoping you would have a spare plan for those chalkboards, because I want them so very, 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 very much, but you didn't. Damn it. But the fact is, this is like some weird mad scientist, crazy survivor, just stacking stuff up where they can. Also, Jesus Christ, how fast is that thing spinning around that? I'm surprised your camp doesn't just take off and fly all the way to the moon. But you did a very you did a very good design when it came to this camp. You used the different floors, and you actually managed to set in a second floor, which is great. But you managed to use the different floors and merge them together, because the pre-existing location does actually have a little bit of an upstairs area. And just well done, man. You're like a weird futuristic zoologist that just set up camp inside this tree that grew out of the ground and built your little mad scientist camp so you could keep an eye on the flora and fauna and all that other kind of shit in the Maya. So I was very happy with that, because I love mad scientist stuff, and I will do a build. I don't get what was going on in here with the rad barrels. Is this your way of farming mutations? I'm kind of curious on that. It was very weird. Your floating defense up here, you could have done something underneath. You could have like free floated in some poles, which I'm pretty sure you can still free float in poles. So you could have done something like that. And then I was like, mad scientist, what's going on now? Let's move on to the opposite side, which actually links up to the stairs. You remember the stairs we saw at the beginning, which went up to the right? This connects directly to the top of it, which was great. And you'd built a really nice player home. Of course, the two-headed Brahmin there playing the piano, of course. And the fact that you'd merged in the chimney into the roof, so you've got the exterior smoke, and then your kitchen. It's kind of a recreation of the kitchen that we saw in the first camp, but not quite much, because you've done some merging as well. By the way, that smooth merge right there with that, both the sink, which it's not, I probably would have used the other one, but that cooker, that is a hard merge to do. And you're probably thinking, no, it's not, it's just really simple. Finagling it down to get it almost perfectly smooth like that, dude, must have taken you ages. So well done for like the time and effort you put in, because building on a pre-existing location is not easy. And you've put the time and effort. Your little vendor area over here probably could have done with a bit of a change, but I like the fact that you used the area you already had. And just overall, man, this camp, fucking Jesus Christ! I swear to God, some of the people who are in the community camp showcase, they've got to be camp builders, but just don't do stuff on YouTube, because, man, this is one of the best like built in a pre-existing location camps I've ever come across, and it's better than some of the actual camp builders that they do. So well done on that. It's absolutely beautiful. Now the final one, Jumobi. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right, but I don't know. Jumobi. Jumobi caught me off guard because this is probably the best nightclub. Can I call it a nightclub? I don't know if I should call it a nightclub. It's the best music hall. We'll go with that. It's the best music hall I've ever come across. And it was kind of weirdly built. You had some mix-match kind of like walls going on. I do like the fact that you've snuck back your very, essentials like your ammo converter and all that kind of stuff back here. I was tempted to just glitch in and steal whatever was in that bag, but I didn't. And I like the fact that you show off that you have live music. I actually stuck around for a little bit and played the Orgatronic, which you have inside. Now, the exterior, the design of it, it's kind of funky, but the interior, absolutely beautiful. I like the fact that you've segmented off a dance floor from the rest of it. Your tiered music area with the octagonal kind of Orgatronic area back here. Beautiful. The fact that you've gone for the jukeboxes merged into the wall as well was kind of fun as like a stage decoration. I dug on that, man. That's some good action. And then you've kind of gone for this open floor plan, big kind of area with different tables. Most people would probably just use the same table over and over again. You've got some large tables and some small tables, and they're in the perfect locations. And then, of course, your back area, your cooking area where Chowdhury, I think her last name's Chowdhury, I can't remember, but where she works is great. It was a shame that it was locked off, so I could only see it from that. And then you had a little bit of a showy-offy area as well with your with this area right here, which had fish galore and just weapons. It was great. It was like a hunting area that you would see inside the White Springs itself. So thank you for that. It was a shame that that door was locked, but I don't know if there was anything behind it. It might be the way to get into your little power generation room. And then, of course, your little bathroom, which was very well done for the fact that it's super simple. The merge of the sink, good merge. The clean toilet, the wallpaper, it all just screams like it belongs together. I did not play any foosball, but I probably should have stuck around and played some foosball. I did stick around and play the Orgatronic. But man, you put together a very good camp, Jumobi. I'd definitely come back, and if you've got any good plans, I'll probably be back even more, because that's why I came here and was shocked. But there we go. Those are the 4 camps for today. If you come across them, let them know that they were in a video and buy some stuff from them. They have got some amazing camps. But apart from that, guys, thanks for joining me for the second episode of the Community Camp Showcase. And as always, stay awesome.